got yelled at.
Why?
Apparently there was too much aggressive passing on the first session of the afternoon.
You did or everyone did?
No, everyone. They gridded us up. We're all in the grid. They made us take off our helmets, shut off our bikes, and of course we're up there.
That explains why you guys went out late.
Yeah.
Was there a bunch of crashes or something?
Nope, no crashes. Apparently people were stopping people in corners.
I don't know, I think that was a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah. I was wondering why you guys went out late.
He was like, 20 people came in early that session, and one guy came to me and said it was because of all the bad passes. So one guy told you that, and he was like, did that? I came up and it was tired. So that's all it was.
Good means.
Yeah. No, it's we're up there right away.
And if you didn't cause like a bunch of incidents, like that seems a little bit of an overreaction.
And he was pointing to one guy and yelling Ducati. Whatever he didn't really signal any wrongs. Track feels good though. It really does.
Yep.
We'll have some fun. That's what we do it for. Yeah, I got your rear.
What'd you get yelled at for?
Our whole group, they stopped everyone on the pit out area, made us take off our helmets, shut our bikes off. Apparently there were, because no one really rode the first two sessions.
Yeah.
So that first session after lunch was kind of our first session of the day. And apparently there was too much aggressive passing. And I mean, they didn't say anything to me, but I know I was.
Like people stuffing each other?
Yeah. Well, I kept running up on crowds of like 3 or 4 bikes and they're way over braking. So I'm just gonna fucking take the inside and go. I'm giving them 6 feet. So yeah. But the worst part is we were up there early. So we're already sitting there, our tires are getting cold. We're waiting for other people to get. There's like, we wanted to tell the whole group at once, but by the time the whole group gets there, it's like 2 minutes later. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Alright, though. Still got out.
They went head to head with an instructor.
Oh, nice, yeah?
They cut us loose. I was overtaking like 4 people. Some guy told me it was Alabama Highway or something. That's got stretched, but I ended up side by side by the instructor. Like he was inside. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is novice class. Why are you doing this?
Well, sometimes though they will do that to you if they're evaluating you.
And there's a little pool down that front straightaway. I finally had to I was like, I gotta let out this dude. We're gonna put it.
Were you on the KTM?
Yeah.
You
I was
were
like, let me
moving.
get off in a minute. I looked over and I'm gonna.
No, you were moving.
I was like, let's get this. I was trying to catch one of my guys, but I was
Oh,
like,
my fault.
No. I said, let me back off because we're both gonna come into turn
we
one.
were
Like,
having fun.
yeah.
Because I felt like I got a good drive on you.
Yeah,
know?
good drive. Yeah.
But then you all of a sudden you were right next to
Yeah.
me.
So I was like in my head, like, hang on to it, telling you, like, hang on to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll off.
That was fun. No, but sometimes they'll do that.
So he was intentionally doing that?
Yeah, they'll because again, if you do either ask to get bumped or sometimes they'll say you're
Okay.
They won't stuff you, but they'll show a tire.
Yeah, that's
like,
what he did. I was in the process of overtaking him, and he just got on it and got next to me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, but they'll always. The nice thing with the instructors, most of them are former racers. They're high level guys. They know what they're doing. So they might show a tire, but they're gonna always give you their back off.
Yes.
So even if you're like coming in a corner, like this guy is gonna stuff you.
See, that's a new. Nobody ever told me they were going to do that.
Yep. So, and to that point, it is, you get spooked at first, but try not to, just hold your line. And it feels like it's happening so quickly, but then it is. But as you get more experience, you realize there's a lot of time to make adjustments. And there's been plenty of times, some of our buddies here swim around, we're getting, maybe not inches, but certainly a couple feet within each other. And it's just fun because we all know we're not gonna
If you kind of know each other, that kind of helps.
Yes.
I'm running with unknown people.
That's true. But the instructors, no matter where you go, the instructors are all usually okay. They certainly have good bike control. So if they think they're never gonna do something to intentionally throw you off the line.
I just was surprised by that because I didn't expect that was a thing.
Yep.
Okay, so
Take that as a compliment. Take that as like he was probably following you for a couple of laps or for a while. He's like, this guy's probably doing good. I'm going to show him a wheel just to see how he reacts. Because most time if people get scared, they just stab the front brake and stop. I mean, not literally stop. They'll slow me down.
So I'll expect it from now on.
Yeah.
Instructors are going to play games with me.
And it's not a bad thing. Take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I thought like I'm going to get turned in for like overtaking an instructor on the we were in the braking zone side by side.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this guy doing to me?
Yep. Nope. He's just. Yeah, because again, if all of a sudden you're like, hey, I want to go to intermediate, and say you just have a couple of really good laps where you're just going crazy, but you're not used to being passed in corners, that'll get spooky. So, yeah, the instructors will do that intentionally.
I still have trouble getting around other riders though, like safely. Like I could stuff them in corners with no problem, but we're only allowed to go outside.
Yep.
And on straightaways, there's this guy on a KTM, and he's slow in the corners, but he just honks it out of the corner.
Yep.
So every time I think I'm going to get past him, we're like almost next to each other. It's like I got to back off and let him go.
The one thing I would always do when I was starting, when I couldn't pass in corners, I would try to respectfully get within 6 feet of their rear tire, and then try to roll through the corner just a tad bit faster and get on the gas a tad bit sooner on exit.
To get side by side.
Because you should be able to get a run on. I get runs on, not quite like your power, but mine's only a 600. I get runs on leader bikes all day long because I'll be a little bit closer than 6 feet, but I'll just make sure I'm taking a wide corner exit so I can really get on the throttle early. So by the time they're on the throttle, I already have so much more momentum.
Because like on the street, my technique is to back off of them quite a ways, and then take the corner really fast and have the exit speed so much faster than their exit speed.
Yep.
I just pass them.
Yeah.
Like I close in the gap like that.
But especially with a leader bike, like use what advantages you have. Which are
Yeah, I can just honk it.
corner exit. If you can carry some momentum through the mid corner and then corner exit.
Yeah. There's some big guy in a Gixxer 1000 that I've been pacing.
Oh yeah.
And we've traded places a couple times, but I figured out that I'm not as reckless as he is.
It just goes.
Because whenever there's a chance that something might happen, I just kind of fall in line with the group rather than try to overtake two of them or something.
Right.
And he just comes right around me and overtakes the two people that I was giving a chance. Like, asshole.
And to your point, when you're riding around inexperienced riders, that's when weird things can happen. Like the advanced guys or the instructors, for example, when they're riding for fun, like they can be in close proximity because they all understand most people have cameras.